Hey guys, I'm here and I'm quitting recently and it's never a good thing. My hair is seriously a mess. I need to get a haircut so bad. But whatever. I'm gonna do real talk. Just I want this to kind of be a series where you guys get closer to me and we all just feel. Let's talk about our feelings. Sorry. I have like popcorn on my lips and it feels weird. But yeah, I wanted to talk about my life. And I know that I don't really get into what happens very much, but I'm also an open book. So I do talk about my depression and things like that. I talk about ways that I deal with it. But I want to go really into depth about how I feel. Talking about my feelings. So, again, we all know I have depression. That's just obvious thing now. Um, I want to talk about how I feel on a day to day basis. Now, I have friends that have come from worse backgrounds than me. Parents basically hate them. I have one friend who's abused, um, verbally and physically. And her mom just gave her a little brother not too long ago, too. So, yeah. And I say I come from a bad background, which is true. I have a little bit of a bad background, but not as crazy as that. And I surround myself with these people who have worse backgrounds than me, and every time I talk about my problems, they seem so minuscule, and I feel like a piece of shit for complaining about something that they don't they deal with, but on like a huge grander scale. It feels like I'm just trying to get attention half the time, which I'm not. I could care less if anyone gives me attention. And you know that's true since I obviously have slowly stopped making YouTube videos because I've been way too just not okay. I have a pimple right here. That's what I'm picking at. It's like, sorry, anxiety. Anyways, so a lot of people who don't know me are always like, oh, you're just going for attention. That's why you self harmed. That's why you did this. That's why you did that. And I really want to talk about that side of things. Feeling like I'm just vying for attention when I'm not. It's, it's hard. I've had, I have an ex boyfriend. We dated for like 2 weeks. It really wanted to go on a real date. He was like the sweetest guy ever, and I feel like I ruined it. And how did I ruin it? Well, one, because I've recently come to realize that I'm not into boys at all anymore, and I am a full-fledged lesbian now. But I had a mental breakdown. That's what happened. I had a mental breakdown, and he had a brother who had cancer and who was dying from cancer. Mind you, later that same year, no, wait, not that same year. No, wait, yeah. Later that same year that we dated, his brother actually died from cancer. And it was horrible, especially for me because I hurt so emotionally. Because what happened was I was having a mental breakdown, which happens every now and again. I can't hold it in anymore because I hold all my feelings in, and eventually it just goes and just explodes everywhere, and I just explode everywhere on everyone. You can ask my girlfriend. I've gone off on her before, not like not like super badly, but enough to make me feel like a piece of shit. Hair, man. I don't know. It's what I get for getting that last haircut. There we go. But yeah, I've gone off on her before, just blowing up from building up things. And yeah, it's hard. And so I blew up. I started cutting, and he was asking me why I did it, but like he didn't understand. He just didn't understand, and so here comes the part where this is where it's about to get real, guys. It's about to get real. So he blew up on me, asking me why I did it, and how stupid it was, and how I need to stop and everything. But he just didn't understand how it feels to feel like you're literally nothing, like you're a piece of shit that doesn't deserve anyone. So he didn't understand that, and it's where shit gets real. I was really upset, and I said things I really didn't mean. I said that his brother means nothing, and I just said a bunch of bad things about his brother who had cancer, and he called me an attention whore and dumped me right then and there. Gave me, glared at me in the hall during school for the longest time. And that was basically it. And here comes the thing where people say that I'm going for attention for everything. Ever since then, every time someone says that I'm just looking for attention, I flash back to that moment, and I start to feel like a bigger piece of shit than I already did. Like, it's horrible. And I have triggers, of course. Everyone has triggers. Everyone has something that sets them off that they can't handle.
Can I let the dog out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry. But everyone has things that they can't handle. And I have a lot of them. I can't handle it when people... When I was first starting out with my depression, I had it for about a year then. I was in school, and I would cut, because I couldn't handle things emotionally. It was a way to get a sense of relief for a little bit. Even if just for a few seconds, it gave me some sort of relief. Sorry, I felt weird on my arm. Gave me a sense of relief, and my friends, they would smack my arms and my legs and wherever I freaking cut. They would smack them. Say bad, like I was a dog. And they were flicking my nose. And it made me feel like the biggest piece of shit in the world. Like, you guys don't understand. I literally felt even worse when people did that. And I know that people come from worse backgrounds. Like, when I went to the mental hospital, people are like, well, what's going on in your life? Why are you here? I say this. I don't know. I have a picture-perfect life compared to you guys. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, my mom loves me. I have people who love me and cherish me, yet I'm ungrateful, apparently. That's what I said. I said, apparently I'm ungrateful. I'm an ungrateful little piece of shit. And, yeah. The mental hospital really helped me. Because, well, I guess it made me feel even worse, in a way, but also so much better. Because I went there with the mindset that, oh my god, I fucked up. I overdosed on medication unconsciously. My mom's gonna fucking kill me because of the hospital bills. No one really cares. No one knows where I'm going. I don't have my phone on me. The only people who know where I'm going are my family. And I'm going to get back home after however long I'm gonna be in this hellhole, and everyone's gonna think I died, that I finally ended it all, and I'm finally dead, and I'm finally where I want to be. And I was in that mindset. I was freaking out. And I lay down in the twin-sized bed on one side of my room in the mental hospital. My roommate was on the other. She waved hi to me and then fell right back asleep because I got there really late at night. And I curled up in a ball on the mattress, listened to the workers talking in the hall, and cried. Silently, but I still cried. And that feeling of complete and utter helplessness is something I never want to feel again. Because I literally felt myself cave in on myself. I realized that I was such a horrible person that I can't believe I did this. I can't believe that I would do this so unconsciously, that I would just let myself stoop that low as to attempt to kill myself. And it was horrible. And I rarely talk about this because it hurts me. And I do say that I made some really great friends in the mental hospital, and there are people out there that I met in the mental hospital who I would give my life for. If I ever had to, I'd give my life for them. I always say that, and it's true because I met people who were just like me, except for the fact that they had much worse lives than I did. Much, much worse. And I guess it gave me a sense of purpose. It made me realize, there are people out there who are having it so much worse than me, and I have to stop my little pity party and actually start getting better. I need to stop rejecting the care that my therapist is giving me because I'm lazy, and actually take it and actually get better. Because if I don't, I'm going to look back on these people who have it so much worse than I do, and look back on these people that I met. These people that I came to love as sisters and brothers, because there was like one boy there that I was okay with. Sisters and brothers. I want to look back on them and realize that I let them down, and I don't want to let them down, because they all meant so much to me, and I don't want to let them down. And every time someone's like, you're just here for attention, aren't you? I'm like, no, I have legit problems that I need to solve because people have it worse than me. And I still have many triggers, like watching Supernatural, and I don't even know what was happening. Just walked into my living room, and my mom was watching Supernatural, and a girl cut her hand open with a scalpel. And I wanted to cut so bad. I looked away from the screen, I'm like, I can't watch this, and I walked away. And the other day, we have free lunch where I live for the people who are poor. And I went down to free lunch, and we were having meatball subs, which was the same thing I was having for dinner the day that I was sexually assaulted. Yeah. Mind you, I was in 2nd grade when it happened. I was about 8 years old. The guy who did it was he was in 6th grade. There's some things. Those are just a couple freaking examples of ways that I suffer every day. Because when I see the freaking meatball sub, I know this is the weirdest thing ever, but this is what happens. Every time I see a freaking meatball sub, I feel disgusting. My body just feels gross. I feel like my skin is crawling. I can't do it. And oftentimes I have nightmares about it afterward. And it's not like it was too bad of an experience. It lasted for maybe 10-15 minutes. And it wasn't even him touching me, it was forcing me to touch him. And it was the worst experience of my life, and I still have I have nightmares about it. I wonder what would have happened if my stepdad hadn't walked into the room when he did. What would have happened if, let's say, I was home alone and my stepdad had him in charge? What would have happened? I don't know. I come up with all these scenarios in my head of different things that might happen to me, how things went for me, and how those could be twisted and changed. And if you guys follow me on Wattpad, every now and again I will post really depressing things, and usually when I do that, it's because I'm remembering things, because memory is the worst thing. If I could get rid of my memory, like certain memories, I would, because it's the worst thing having to relive things over and over again in your head and not have any escape. And a lot of the music I listen to based on my mood. And I just see these people who are so much better off than me too, and people who don't have anxieties, people who are, I guess, naturally perfect. And I look at them and I'm like, man, I wish I knew what it felt like to be like them right now instead of me. And every now and again I think to myself, let's say what I was thinking about earlier, what if I'm not really in love with my girlfriend? What if all of this work that I put into trying to get her to date me was for naught, because I don't actually love her, because I don't actually care for her? Just thousands of thoughts running through my head all the time of what ifs, and it gets tiring. It really does. It's horrible. And at the same time, when I see those people who are perfect, have no anxieties or anything, I think to myself, I want to see them try to walk a day in my shoes. Acting just like how I do. See how hard it is. Because I try to act like I don't care. I don't care. I can repeat it over and over again. I don't care. And the truth is, I do. I do care about what people think about me. I don't like to show it though. But I want everyone to at least love me so that I at least feel something. Because oftentimes I just feel emotionally numb, and it's the worst feeling in the world as well. So, this is like a PSA now. When you look at that one person who doesn't talk to anyone, and you're like, oh, they just don't want to talk to anyone. Whatever, they don't have any friends anyway. Might as well not be me. Go up and talk to them. People who have mental disorders that are like a lot worse than mine, like they were born with it, like, trying to think of something, autism. People like that, go talk to them. I talk to them all the time. They're very nice people. They have problems that are hard for normal people. Well, not normal, because they are normal people, but people who don't have that to understand. We can understand it from a scientific standpoint, but that's not enough. Anyways, guys, peace out. Bye.